Welcome to the nostalgia zone.
What did we do?
We did everything. What do you mean? What didn't we do?
Whoa, what's in that? Fucking aspartame?
Aspartame?
All right.
All right.
Are we fucking ready?
Yep. Here we go. What a hole. All right, and welcome back to Anime Shmanime. Yep.
What's up, everybody?
What is up? What is the fuck is up, guys? As
You might
can
notice
yeah,
somebody's missing.
again.
Mm-hmm.
This is going to be a weekly occurrence now.
Probably.
Hopefully not.
I know.
Yeah.
He is the star of the show, after all.
Yeah, I know. It's fucking the star, Mr. Drama.
I wonder if whoever first said that has like unsubscribed from us by now.
No, I think they're still on our Discord.
Fuck yeah, I love that. We love you, for real. That's just been our
I
favorite.
think it's like B4.
That's just been our favorite feedback, I think, of all time.
Yeah. I got to double check. Like, I know his username, but I can't think of it off the top of my head right now.
But yeah, sadly, Jordy can't make it again. He's a busy man.
Yes.
And we love him anyways.
Yeah, he's got priorities. And apparently those priorities don't involve me or Jay.
Yeah.
Nothing.
Yeah.
Yeah, don't call us family and not prioritize us.
That's right.
Jackass.
He's joking. No, he's not.
No, I'm not.
But we're here to save the day.
Yes.
As we do.
Yes.
And we're doing so in a way that like really just made me smile so much when you told me
What we're doing?
what our list was going to be. Because
Oh, yeah.
you know, honesty hour, everybody. I had no idea what we were going to do for an episode this week. I had no clue, and I just asked Mikey, I was like, you got any ideas? And he's just like, well, I was thinking.
Yeah. I have like a laundry list of ideas.
We could do a list. And he was like kind of taking his time telling me as if he had to like let me down easy. And then he proceeds to tell me that we're going to do our top 10 90s anime.
Yeah.
And just
fucking right.
Made my day, week, month, whatever. Could not have been happier with this fucking topic. As I'm sure you guys know based on how I tend to fucking score them.
Well, and this is the thing. 90s has persevered. Like 90s anime has persevered through like for like all time. Like
It's timeless,
It's
dude.
timeless now.
And it's so timeless that you're seeing a lot of the stuff that's getting remade right now and rebooted right now is stuff directly from the 90s.
Like Trigun Stampede.
Absolutely, you know. But like not only that, a lot of the, you know, Trigun Stampede is kind of the antithesis of what I'm about to say next. But that's that a lot of the art styles that I'm seeing now are trying to get back in touch with like a 90s aesthetic or sensibility. Trigun obviously went the complete opposite direction, which is fine. We love the new Trigun. It looks fucking dope. But like I'm thinking more so like, you know, stuff like Jujutsu Kaisen, you know, where they're going for like a 90s, you know, Yu Yu Hakusho, kind of ninja scroll vibe.
I can see that. I can see that
in
now,
some ways, you know, especially if you watch like the Jujutsu Kaisen movie.
Yeah.
You know, there were several shots there, you know, of the final battle where I'm like, this feels like fucking ninja scroll kind of animation, you know?
Look, nothing will ever hit Ninja Scroll for me.
No.
Though, but it does. Like I know what you're saying. Though, like
That's
it
what
has
they're
that
shooting
motion,
for. Yeah.
right? Especially like that. Those fight scenes had a specific motion style.
Yes.
That I remember that was very much so 90s feeling.
Yeah.
Right, that you just couldn't really get, because even in like some of the later stuff, like say Naruto, which is really more like 2000s.
Yeah.
Right. Those like keyframe animations for like the big fight scenes, right? They're still not very 90s-ish because they're so blurry sometimes.
Sure.
Right. There's even some like in between frames that are like like motion frames.
Yep.
Some people that would stop on them. Like there's this one of Pain, and his face looks so elongated and just cursed.
Oh yeah, yeah, dude. There's a lot of good Dragon Ball ones too that we could pull from that were just like some weird in betweener frames. But like. Yeah, man. A lot of it's just like it's the fight choreography. You know what I mean? And it's those, like you said, it's those keyframes. It's those close-up shots. It's those detailed, you know.
But this is also
things.
when, like, I think, so 80s anime was great, right? It did its job. 70s anime was also great because a lot of stories like Gundam and like
well, Gundam was very end of the 70s.
The very end of the 70s, right?
0079.
Yeah, and then, but it still didn't like push the anime genre forward. Like you still had like things like Mazinger or Grandizer and stuff like that, or Battle of the Planets, which is all the kind of, what is it, like the kind of Power Rangers, but they were birds. Okay, but like but they were very early stages of anime, and they never really pushed it forward because it was so janky still.
Sure.
But the 90s and late 80s was when shit was starting to really pop off. Yeah, I feel.
I agree. I think like it was always kind of on that upward trajectory. Like, you know, like you said, every decade it was getting better. 70s was getting better. Even into the 80s, things were improving. And, you know, I think both of us realize.
Sorry to interrupt you. This is, I got the perfect analogy.
Do it.
This is when Super Mario 3 came out.
Okay.
That's what it is. To the anime community, the late 80s and the early 90s is Super Mario 3.
Okay.
Right? Because it's like anything before that is like ColecoVision, Atari,
Yeah.
right? Even Super Mario 1,
Yeah.
2 was weird,
Yep.
right? And then you finally got Super Mario 3, and it was like fucking smooth, awesome, all this really crazy
This
colors.
is what everybody really remembers Mario being.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. 100%.
Yeah.
Yeah, but so, I mean, it was always kind of progressively, I think, getting better. But you're right. I think that ramp up went from like this to like straight up, you know, around like, you know, 1988, 89, 90 into 91. And then by, you know, the mid 90s, the art form had been elevated to such a point that, you know, you get these amazing quotes from guys like James Cameron, you know, or all these visionary directors that are just like, yeah, Ghost in the Shell fucking changed my life.
Yeah.
You know, Akira is the most mind-blowing thing I've ever fucking seen. And these are guys that are making things like Aliens.
Yeah.
Or have made things like Aliens in the past, you know, or are eventually going to go on to make Avatar.
Yeah.
Like, it's wild how much things had gotten elevated at that point. And that actually brings me to our next point as well that I want to talk about on our list is I just mentioned some movies. Okay? We're not going to be talking movies now, okay, guys?
So this is our top 10. So Jay picked 5, I picked 5.
Yes.
Our top 10 anime series from the 90s. Shows.
We had to skip out on the movies. There's so many good movies from the 90s.
Yes.
Too many.
I would have probably just made my entire list fucking movies.
Yeah.
But maybe not my entire list, but yeah, like there's a lot of them.
A lot, dude.
Yeah.
A lot.
And also these are our top
100%.
right?
100%.
They're not, I wouldn't say that they're like, you know, of all time by any means. Some of them for sure, but it's like what like influenced us as a kid growing up.
Or stuck with us.
Right?
Yeah.
And really kind of have a nostalgia for. I think the other thing too is a lot of these anime are timeless. Like people are watching them now. Right, like in like kids or like teens now who are getting into anime.
Some of them, for sure.
Yeah, like Cowboy Bebop, for example. Right, like.
Well, the latest go of that was not good, but.
Well, I'm talking about the anime.
I know, but
but the live action.
I worry that young kids got introduced to Cowboy Bebop because of Netflix.
Yeah, they probably did, but then I feel like some of them would probably be like, okay, well, this was cool because they don't know any better. Right? It's like this. It's like watching the movie and then going back and reading the book, right? The book is always going to be better. But if you start with the book, then you go to the movie, it's like, what the fuck is this?
Yeah,
right?
Yeah, but you have to at least like the movie.
Yeah.
To want to read the book.
Yeah.
You know?
So, but we are judging the movie based off the book.
Well, no, we're judging, like we're talking about, my concern is that
Yeah.
kids are going to hate that Netflix one so much that they won't even bother checking out the anime, even though they know it's probably better.
Yeah.
They'll be like, I don't care that it's better. That was so bad
Yeah.
that I don't care if it's better.
But do you think they think it's really that bad? Because sometimes I think people just don't know any better. They're ignorant to it.
Did you watch the live action Cowboy Bebop?
Yeah, well, I watched a little bit of it and then I couldn't finish it.
So you know the answer to your question already.
Yeah, but that's because I'm judging it based off the book.
Why are you coming to the aid of that show?
You know, I don't know. It's because I'm behind this mic again. I get argumentative.
You do. You don't have to defend that show.
No, I don't.
But anyways, guys, we just thought, these are some big ones. We're gonna miss some major ones. You're gonna get mad at us. I'm sure you already always do. I only just started reading and watching One Piece like a few weeks ago.
That's a crazy one.
That's a massive one, and it's really super 90s, and it's super influential. And don't think that just because we didn't have it on our list here that that's not apparent to us. We know how huge it is, okay? Another one that I really want to mention, Sailor Moon, okay?
Yes.
I'm very well aware of how gargantuan and important that show is. I watched it a little bit growing up, and I dipped my feet in a little bit later on in life. But it just didn't have the impact on me necessary to make the list.
Yeah. The most important question is, who do you pick, Moonlight Knight or Tuxedo Mask?
There you go.
Right? Moonlight Knight all the way.
So two more that I've one of which I've gotten into arguments with people about, which is really weird. But two more that might not necessarily jump to mind for everybody. But Pokemon and Digimon.
Yes.
Okay. If you're a 90s kid, if you grew up in the 90s, you know how fucking monumental both of those shows were.
Yes.
And how life-changing those things were. And just because they happened to be when we were very, very little, and just because they're super big in the Western world, doesn't make them any less anime.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They're absolutely anime series. And that's how I've always viewed them as well. And then you had another one as well that was like an honorable mention you wanted to talk about that I thought was kind of weird, but you were like, that's some people's favorite thing ever. And I'm like, okay, I believe it.
I didn't say it was their favorite thing ever.
Their favorite childhood.
Well, it's just first. It was their first,
which
right?
is?
Samurai Pizza Cats.
Okay, there
right?
you go.
Like there's some anime out there that are kind of kitschy that, right? And especially when you're growing up in North America and Canada specifically, right? YTV would have it on, and you're like, what is this? Like,
I knew about it, but I never watched it.
Yeah. But like for an Asian kid who just loves samurais, as soon as you told me samurais and cats and pizza, like what the fuck?
I love all these things. Those are my three favorite things.
Yeah, right. Their whole thing is to like try to deliver fucking pizza and fight off all these like birds and yokais.
Samurai pizza cats. Yeah. It's just like, what do teenage boys love?
Yeah. Oh yeah. But it's not just teenage boys. I think like there's definitely a lot of people really enjoyed it as a kid. It's definitely something that is definitely flown under the radar for a lot of people.
Sure.
But I know a few people who have definitely. This will be like one of those deep cuts. Like, holy shit, I completely forgot about Samurai Pizza Cats until Mikey just brought it up.
I hope that's the case for some people. Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Right. Like, so.
Yeah.
But yeah, Samurai Pizza Cats is one of those weird ones that I watched as a kid. I was like, what the fuck is this? But I'm down for it.
And then, so we're going to have some other honorable mentions that we might talk a little deeper on
a little later,
at the end of our lists, maybe. But those are ones that, guys, we're not going to be able to get into on this one because they're just either too big or too brief.
Yeah. I mean, like I said, these are our top 10.
Definitely. And we definitely agree on I think most of these being on the list. There's none on your list where I'm like, oh yeah, that shouldn't be on here. And I'm pretty sure you agree with all of my list as well.
Well, yeah, like most of the time, like when I picked one, he's like, all right, that's already on my list. I was like, fuck, okay, I'll pick a different one.
Absolutely.
Right, which is not a big deal considering all the other ones I had to pick from.
Right.
Yeah.
So actually starting with one of our picks.
Yes.
So you allowed me to have it, I guess.
Yeah, I allowed it.
Yeah.
Yes. Bow down to me. I wish I had a ring that you could kiss off my hand. A pinky ring.
And it's actually on our screen right now, guys. And it is, in my opinion, the GOAT.
It is definitely up there. Absolutely.
Dragon Ball Z. Dragon Ball Z, guys. I mean, what can we say that we haven't said?
Prepubescent boy who just wants to fuck around and be a fighter.
And who knew that phase would last 32 years? But this is what I mean, where like, you know, with Dragon Ball, like the appeal and the coolness factor and just the love for me in all of my years on this earth just has not faded.
Yeah.
I mean, don't get me wrong. There are times when it's more in like the, you know, the zeitgeist than other times. Usually when there's an anime running, you know, or a movie coming out or something. You know, I know the Super manga is kind of always ongoing, but like there are times when Dragon Ball's really fucking hot, really on fire, where it's like hype, man.
Oh, dude, yeah.
The end of Super, like the Tournament of Power and shit,
that was
like
the best.
I was on the edge of my seat. I could not wait for Dragon Ball every week. Just the exact same that I was when I was watching the fucking Saiyan saga.
Yeah.
It was the same vibes, man. And anything that can make you feel that same feeling, like, you know, almost 30 years later, has to be special.
Oh, yeah. And I mean, with Super, too, they got it right as far as the animation goes. They got it right with pacing this time. Instead of having to wait 3 episodes for somebody to power up.
Shit would happen.
Right? Shit would happen.
Yeah.
Like, granted, we're talking about Dragon Ball Z here. You know, that still has a lot of nostalgia. Like, I still fucking love powering up for 3 days straight, right? At the time when I was like...
They've cleaned it up, but it's the same show, dude.
Yeah, well, that's the thing, right?
Yeah.
There's a formula there that's just timeless, that everybody loves.
Yeah.
There's something about just having some weird power scale that doesn't make any sense and just seeing who's the better fighter.
Yeah.
And just seeing the cool action, how they're going to beat each other, what other neat thing is going to happen. Right. And the fact that it has, you know, stood the test of time just shows how much of an icon and a legend this anime is. Like,
absolutely.
Full stop. Right.
Yeah.
Like figures, Dragon Ball Z figures are fucking everywhere. Like,
still.
Right. Still, like, right. Like,
even more so now.
Yeah.
This is what I mean. Like, how does this anime manage to, like, just continue this upward growth? Like, it's more popular now. Like, my 8-year-old nephew, for the last 4 years, has been obsessed with no other thing more than Dragon Ball Z. Like literally, like, this is a kid who was born in, like, what, 2015?
Don't say that, man. I don't want to know that.
This is what I'm saying, though. Okay, so a kid born in 2015 has spent the last 4 years of his life obsessed with Dragon Ball Z. Yeah. To the point where I would go and see him for like his birthday and stuff, and he would greet me by insisting that we did an energy blast clash that we had to hold and fight against each other. Like, this is a kid from this generation who has been born so past what many people probably think is the heyday of this anime, and he's fucking obsessed with it. Yeah. He's obsessed with it.
Honestly, I don't think, as much as I want to say this is the heyday of this anime, I think Super is now, because of just how much popularity it's gained and like how many people are into it and still into it even after the crazy long power-ups and pacing issues and plot holes and all the shit, right? Like,
but in order to say something's in its has had its heyday, it needs to fall from grace. And Dragon Ball's never done that, dude.
Yeah, I think it did a little bit when GT came out, because GT was kind of weird.
It was a little bit of a fart, but
like that's like, I mean,
but also I think something interesting about GT, and like some people out there who maybe grew up around the same time that like we did can maybe corroborate for me, is that the shittiness of GT as a series was lost to a lot of us at that age, and it was more so the mystique of GT's existence. And being able to successfully watch GT. And watch every episode of GT. That in itself was such a mysterious, hard to do thing that it didn't matter that the show objectively was bad. Right? And you don't realize that until you watch it now, because obviously I got the fucking the DVD set like the moment I could. Yeah. When I found it in, I think it was like an HMV or something.
Yeah, that's a throwback. You know, if any of you guys from Canada know fucking HMV, that's
even worse, dude, it might have been a Music World. Okay, so get at me about about that.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying, like,
That's a Canadian fucking thing.
yeah, but like, I watched it and it sucks. Like, it's not a good show.
Yeah.
I love a lot of the character designs and whatnot, but like, it was the mystique as a child that helped GT. So like, that's what I mean. Like, at no point in my life did I ever look at Dragon Ball Z and be like, man, that Dragon Ball Z really fell off.
That's okay. Yeah.
It like,
It's
what
true.
a fall, dude.
Well,
Holy shit.
I think I mentioned this before in like fucking another episode, but Dragon Ball Z, there's times when I was in high school trying to download this, like when internet first came out. Yeah, I'm that fucking old, guys. And you know, the English dub wasn't there yet, and I would download it in Spanish or something. And so I would watch it in Spanish, not knowing what the fuck was going on.
Yeah.
As far as dialogue goes, and it didn't matter because all I'm there for is power-ups.
Exactly.
Right? So
Yeah.
it's just so weird how everything is so much more at people's fingertips to be able to watch anime these days, but we had to fucking strive hard to find it.
Yeah.
I think we even talked about this too, where I used to go to HMV and buy VHSs all the time, and I would randomly buy VHS anime, not knowing that, they only had a certain amount of episodes that could fit on a VHS.
Right. You weren't getting the whole show.
And I wasn't getting the whole show, so I would watch like Slayers, for example, which is another
Episodes 6 through 12.
Yeah, and I don't know what the fuck is happening, and so I would just go back and I would just buy DVDs just because it was there and it was available, right? Because they didn't even have the first 6 episodes on fucking VHS, guys.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, I know, dude. I know.
So like I would just watch it just to consume the medium and still not know what was going on, but I loved it so much that whatever snippet I tried to make sense of.
Totally.
Actually, this is probably why my wife is always just like, how do you just watch a TV show and like if something happens, and you miss it, you just kind of gloss over it a little bit. And I'm like, that's probably because I used to watch a lot of shit and just kind of get the gist of it.
Yeah, not really get hung up.
Yeah, not really get hung up on it. Yeah.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, but I mean, like I said, it's a little bit of an unfair judging because, we got attached to this at a time when, any anime was like truly drugs to us.
It's still drugs to me, I'm not going to lie.
For sure. I just mean like it was different. It was different
in my veins, man.
It was different as a kid, man. It was different.
It was different.
Like it was very, like I'll like even the video games, man. Like there was a lot of like, cheap, like burnt knockoff video games that I was getting like from, Final Bout and stuff, like the Japanese only games that I was playing on my buddy's modded PS1.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And just
those are the days.
Just to watch like the little intro videos that they would have on those video games that were fully animated. You know what I mean? Because that was the only way,
dude.
That was the only way you could see Super Saiyan 4 and like things like that, like outside of,
I'm gonna go on a weird little tangent here, but PS1. When you finally, like, if you play, like, Final Fantasy games on PS1, any of, like, the cutscenes on those that were, like, little mini movies, and it was your first time seeing, like, 3D, like, cinematics. Like,
you thought, how could it get better than this?
Yeah, I was like, this is fucking awesome. Why can't they make a movie out of this?
Yeah.
And then they did, and it was Final Fantasy, some bullshit.
The Spirits Within.
Yeah, that was fucking garbage.
Don't watch that one.
Yeah.
Watch Advent Children if you're going to watch one. That was sick.
Advent Children is
and also
bomb.
the latest one. Fucking... Keep talking.
Okay, but yeah, anyway, Final Fantasy was fucking amazing. Also, another one that they really should redo is Legends of Dragoon. I'm going to say it once and I'm going to say it again. You'll probably hear me say it again in another episode. But I really hope they do that.
Yep.
Fucking Legends of Dragoon was fucking awesome.
I can't find it, but yeah, it's funny, brother. Like Final Fantasy VIII is one that comes to mind as well. Like I remember watching the cutscenes from that and just being like, "This is fucking amazing."
Which is okay.
And
so
then you
this
watch
is-
them back and you're like, "Oh."
See, this is where your age difference between
Because
you
you're a
and
7 and
I-
I'm an 8 guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
Right,
but I have a lot of friends that are my age that are 7 guys as
Oh,
well.
really? Okay.
I'm just fucking weird.
But yeah, no, it was still a good game. I mean, ultimately, it was still a good game. I like 9 better than 8. 7 for sure is my favorite. 6 too.
Kingsglaive,
Kingsglaive, yes.
2016.
Yes.
That movie was fucking sick, dude.
Yes.
Very fucking cool.
Yeah.
Anyways,
But that was because of Final Fantasy
15.
15. That's with Noctis, and
Sick game, dude.
sick game. But it's like that. That's we're going on a fucking crazy tangent here, but that's the fucking K-pop version, like K-pop boy band Final
Yeah,
Fantasy.
yeah, boy.
Right?
Yeah, boy.
Yeah, boy. Okay,
All right,
anyway,
we gotta keep moving here.
We just spent half an hour.
We just went hard in the weeds, boy. Yeah, boy.
Boy.
All right, well, we're gonna move on from the legend, the goat, and we're gonna go right into one of Mikey's picks.
Yes,
And one I could definitely agree with as well.
Yes.
Vision of Escaflowne.
Yeah, when we talked about this too,
Not too long ago.
Not too long ago. What was the episode we did?
Underrated.
Underrated anime. So this is one of our underrated animes, and it is definitely quintessentially one of the best fantasy mech isekai
Yeah.
animes from the 90s that you can get.
Yeah. And
Right,
definitely one that, like, guys, if you're like me and you went most of your life with just weird, strange memories of this anime, watch it again.
Yeah.
Do it because it's worth it. I
Yeah.
promise. You will not be disappointed.
So if you are just tuning in and you want to watch at least one isekai, this is the one you need to watch.
Oh yeah, it's a great one if you're gonna pick. Yeah, if you're avoiding that genre because you've heard it's oversaturated and it's crap and they're all stupid or whatever. This was the long before they got out of hand. This is when they were doing them real good.
See, this is okay. Another tangent here. So isekais. Granted, I agree that it's oversaturated, way too many out there with way too many weird titles, especially with this new season coming up and you have a vending machine.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
But out of like 10, you'll get like maybe one or two half decent ones.
Okay.
Right?
So that's still
it's
not
like
a good ratio.
No, it's not. But like at least they're there.
Yeah.
So if you really like fantasy, you can still find them.
Sure.
But I wish they would just make it fantasy and not isekais.
I agreed.
Yeah,
Agreed.
But yeah.
This one is friggin' wild. I mean, it hits on so many friggin' levels. Like, it doesn't really matter kind of what you're into within anime. I think if you just generally like anime as a thing, you'll find something to like in this show.
Well, you have mech, but it's like biomech, and then
It's like mech you've never seen before.
yeah, and it's like bio fantasy mech, if that makes any sense.
Yeah.
But very medieval.
For sure.
And then you also have a really good it's like kind of a redemption arc a little bit, right? Where the main MC is trying to, kind of get himself back to being, I guess, the king, right? Like he's lost everything and he's got to come back.
Yeah.
And then you have the girl who's the damsel in distress, but she's not really.
Yeah.
But she kind of is.
Well, I mean, yeah, like she has elements of that, but like she's also like a well-written character as well, and she's not just there to be, eye candy or just a damsel in distress, right? Definitely multi-layered. Every character,
well designed.
Yeah, super well designed. But then also like everybody has like a pretty decent arc. You know what I mean? Like there's you're not just getting an MC arc or an MC and a villain arc. Like you're getting some secondary character arcs, mixed throughout, and things actually do develop. It's nice.
Yeah, I feel like that's a really good mark of a good anime too, or just a good manga or good story in general. When your secondary or tertiary characters have layers and depth to them.
Absolutely.
Right?
Yeah.
They're just not like one note.
Yeah, and once again, this is the blueprint for what a lot of things are trying to get back to, and a lot of things are referencing, and like I'd have to double check like the timelines and stuff, but like I want to say like you don't have a lot of these modern takes on mech without something like Escaflowne.
No, you definitely don't.
Like, do you have Code Geass without Escaflowne?
No, definitely not. Absolutely not.
Like
there has been, honestly, I haven't seen it. There has been nothing like Escaflowne since Escaflowne.
Yeah.
Right? Like,
But
there's
I'm saying
things that are close to
take
it.
from it.
Yeah, close to it, but like I don't know. I can't think of anything that kind of meshes all three like that and blends it so well.
Yeah. Things can only just cherry pick from this. Nothing's ever been able to make it synergistic like this. It's a pretty fucking special show.
Yeah. We've been using that word a lot today, synergistic.
We've been playing a lot of Yu-Gi-Oh!
Yeah.
In case anybody out there
Fucking
wants
nerds.
to know how nerdy we are.
Nerds.
Anyways, this is a fucking sick pick. I'm glad we got to talk about this again so soon after just talking about this. When are we going to cover it, Mikey?
Well, when Jordy can actually
Watch
take
a show.
Yeah.
I know. So, Jordy, when are we going to watch it?
And I had the entire year planned out for all these episodes and all these shows. Granted, it was meant to be more of a guide than an actual plan.
Yeah. But life got in the way.
Life got in the way. It happens.
Yep.
Right?
It's not all bad.
It's not all bad,
Some
but
of
that's
it's
why I
good
have
life.
a laundry list of other episodes that Jay and I can do.
Hell yeah. That's why you love us.
Yes.
All right. What's up next? What do we got?
What do we got? Oh, yeah, you took this one from me. You didn't take. I knew you were gonna pick this one. It was technically both our picks, but we knew we were both gonna. It was gonna end up on this list.
Yeah, well, the Shweebs also know which one of us wants to watch this for the podcast and which one of us doesn't want to watch this for the podcast.
No, whoa. I didn't
Where's the
say
lie?
that. I didn't
Where's
say.
the
I
lie?
was just saying that there's two options.
No, there's not. There's only one option, and it's on the screen, baby.
Yes, but we are talking about Berserk.
Yes.
The 90s Berserk.
Yes.
Fucking
The original.
gritty.
The original animation, adapting the legendary manga, and I admit this was not my intro to Berserk.
Wait, what was?
The Golden Age arc movie trilogy that you seem to love so much was actually the first Berserk thing I ever saw.
What?
Yep.
How did I not know that?
And once again, HMV, baby. The anime section at HMV, they had the fucking the first movie from the trilogy. And I looked at it and I was like, this looks up my alley. This looks very fucking cool.
Yeah.
And I was at an age when I had expendable income, aka university.
Wait. So those three movies that are on Netflix came out. That's how long they came
I'm
out?
pretty sure that was university. Let's
Because
see.
I know they just recently did the Golden Age arc again as the Memorial Edition.
2012 and 2013.
Oh, wow. I have no concept of time.
Yeah, so they're 10 years old.
No.
So that was like my original intro was the Golden Age arc movies.
Yeah.
And that, that's what pulled me in, you know what I mean? And then got interested in the manga and of course the anime series. And after watching both, realizing that they generally cover similar periods, the Golden Age arc movies being a bit more streamlined, I just fell in love with the art style and the music, especially of the original 90s anime. There are some like theme songs that are like have become such memes in the funniest, most amazing ways. Everybody out there at this point, even if you don't know it by name, you know Guts' theme, okay, at this point. And it's used in some really hilarious TikToks and shit I've seen, I'm not going to lie.
Yeah.
But like, it's so 90s. It's not even fucking funny. Even the opening theme song for this 90s version of the anime is fucking hilarious. And I highly recommend you guys go check it out. I think it's 24, 25 episodes-ish, 25 maybe.
Yeah, I mean, there's like tons of memes between like Guts and Griffith, right? Like,
oh yeah,
because everybody ships them.
Yeah,
right.
But I think, as for anybody out there who's trying to find a way into Berserk or an avenue in, and you're maybe intimidated, you don't know where to start. Don't get me wrong, guys.
Start with the manga.
Well, don't. That's a big undertaking. It's probably the best way to do it. To absorb the story by far.
Get the deluxe edition.
But
Spend your money. Go into debt.
I will admit. Yeah, I will admit, much to Mikey's chagrin, that the Golden Age arc trilogy of movies was definitely enough to get me.
Yeah,
it got me in. It could get you in. Okay, not saying it won't. It's not a bad option. Yeah. However, if you have the time and you are willing to put it in for this and you want to get into Berserk, the OG 90s anime feels so close to the manga in like vibe and like just aesthetic and just it really encapsulates like that 90s feel that the manga does as well. It's so 90s edgelord
Yeah, man.
fucking vibes.
This is the first like dark fantasy that I think I ever saw.
Yeah.
And read that really pushed the boundaries.
Yeah.
As far as like super edgy dark fantasy goes.
Yeah.
Right. Because usually you would have like really edgy, crazy stuff from the 90s that like, you know, City Hunter or like, I can't remember. Like, where was City Hunter? I mean, I haven't seen it in so long. But like, there's other animes where it's like super gory, right? And they go into the horror side of things.
Sure.
But not for dark fantasy with such a like cursed, you know, human and storyline.
It's dark shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. And I mean, 1997, guys. Like, what was more like in the 90s? Like, it was weird because like you had this overlap in the early 90s of like some of the leftover 80s shit
Yeah.
was like still leaking in. But like by 97, the 90s had so established its identity as a decade
Dude,
of
yeah.
just being like extreme.
Well, I mean, you had the X Games. You had fucking...
Yeah, dude.
Yeah,
Everything was lime green.
Yeah.
And like
Tony Hawk.
Graffiti.
And like graffiti.
Yeah.
Yeah. Everything was... Even like candy was Extreme Sour Patch.
Yeah,
Right?
absolutely.
Like everything was extreme.
Yeah. And
never-
violence was in,
Yeah.
and you know,
Nothing
like
ever was spelt right. It was always spelt with an X. Just
exactly.
X dash
I'm
stream.
surprised Berserk wasn't spelled with a Z.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, you know, like that kind of vibe, right?
Yeah.
And so like the 90s really capitalized on that, or sorry, the 90s anime series for Berserk really capitalized on that in a really cool way. When I think like 90s animation, like this is what I'm fucking talking about. Like
Yeah.
this goddamn show. And then also for anybody out there who did like that movie trilogy, and maybe you just want a little bit more. You want those in between moments that the movie tends to kind of, you know, the movies tend to kind of gloss over just to get you through the story faster. The anime takes its time a little bit
Yeah.
more. You know what I mean? You get those arcs filled out. And I don't think you lose anything by going the TV series route. So
Yeah. And we're talking again the 90s, right? Just to
1997.
reiterate cuz there was another Berserk series.
Oh yeah.
That came
Don't
out
watch
later.
that. No.
I watched it.
The new one. Don't watch that.
That is all 3D.
No. Bad.
It was horse shit.
Don't do it.
Well, no, okay, look, I watched it all because at the time there was nothing out there that was new for Berserk, and I just wanted more Berserk, and so I watched it.
2016
And it was-
that came
yeah,
out.
and it was just kind of like, like it scratched the itch. But
Did it?
No, it didn't. All it did was just like remind me how much I loved the other stuff.
Exactly,
really all it
dude.
did.
Yes. Same. No, it literally
Yeah.
just served as a reason for me to go back and watch the anime again, the 90s anime.
Also, side note, if you do love Berserk stuff, like just in general or dark fantasy, another cool one, I can't remember if it came out in the 90s or early 2000s, but it's Claymore.
Claymore's sick. Yeah.
Claymore
I
is
believe that was
sick.
2000s, but
Yeah. But if you're going to watch that one, it's a cool, like, full season, but it has one season, it has an anime original ending, but the manga, whoo, it goes on for so much longer. It gets crazy.
yeah.
But very...
27 volumes of the manga. That's a
Yeah.
lot. But the TV series was 2007.
2007. There you go.
Still highly recommended. Like, go watch Berserk, and then when you're done and you still want more dark fantasy, just go right into Claymore.
Yeah.
It's fucking easy peasy.
There you go.
Is an easy, definitely an easy one. But Berserk, I mean, enough said. Another like goated level.
Yeah.
Anime.
It's underrated, really. Claymore is underrated.
Claymore is for
Yeah.
sure. Yeah, Berserk is properly rated.
Yes. Oh, here's mine. So this one is...
Speaking of K-pop boys.
this is the K-pop boys of this emo K-pop boys.
Another one I let you have.
Yes. Yeah. Okay. Thank you.
Yeah.
Gundam Wing. Look, I know Gundam Wing has its issues in the community.
Yeah.
Right. Like, but ultimately for me, that really pushed me into Gundam.
This is it.
This is it.
Totally.
Hands down, this is it. Gundam was the quintessential mech that like really pushed me into further loving mech, right? Because I don't think there was anything that was so well designed, especially Endless Waltz. Right? Like the designs of those mechs are just so fucking cool.
Yeah.
And even to this day, like some of those designs are still, I would say, better than some of the newer stuff that's come out.
Absolutely. Dude.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Right? Like it's just
it's the same thing. Like, I mean, it's a very lame comparison to make when we're talking about giant robots that fight in space. But like, it's like with a lot of cars, and like classic cars. It's like all these new cars are just fucking ugly. Like, why are all the sickest cars from like the 90s and the 2000s and stuff? It's because like you hit a point where it's like that's the peak.
Yeah, you peaked out.
Like nothing will ever top that. Like it'll always just be derivative of that. You know what I mean? And yeah, I agree. I think for like mecha design, the 90s peaked mecha design, and now everything is just a bastardization of that. Dude. Yeah, absolutely. Or just a weird take on it.
Yeah, I mean, like Code Geass is still great. Some of those designs, I like those designs, and same with like Gurren Lagann, right?
Those absolutely
right. But again, I do know what you're saying. It's weird though. I feel like if you are gonna go more mech and you really want to peak again, you have to go kind of crazy with it in order for it to really be like, I guess, well accepted in a weird way.
Okay,
you know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, I don't like the crazy. You know what I mean? I for me, like, and this could just be my sensibilities, but like the 90s was so good at blending like the real robot with like the fantasy elements of it. Yeah. Like how wild and far-fetched is it to have a Gundam with giant angel wings or devil wings? Yeah. You know what I mean? Or like a big scythe. You know, like there's some really goofy, weird shit going on, but then they grounded it in such a way where like when Hero is standing on like the cockpit and like he's talking to somebody, I'm like, holy fuck, like that's a really scary, intimidating giant robot he's standing on right there. And
especially like this fucking teenager that's just been trained, like he's a child soldier.
He's a very cool character, right? Yeah. But I just mean like they blended like the military utility feel of these machines with like the fantasy of space in I think the perfect way. And nowadays, like things are going too far into the fantasy realm, and I haven't seen a Gundam design in a long time, like a mainline Gundam design in a long time, that I didn't feel like was going a little too overboard for me.
Well, like we're gonna get into it for a second.
Yeah.
What do you mean by going into fantasy? Because when I think fantasy mech, I'm thinking Escaflowne, right? And I'm thinking more like,
I'm talking about like for example, behind you there, your baby unicorn.
Yes.
Okay. The believability of that machine versus the believability of the fucking ground unit from 8th MS team.
Oh, okay. I see what you mean.
I believe one might actually be a military weapon that humans could produce, and the other one is a super powered magical space robot.
Yeah, you're talking like with like the new type booster. Like
I'm just talking about like they're trying to push the envelope to outdo what they've done in the past. And I think the harder they push, the further away they get from what made those past designs so good.
Yes. Well, agreed. Because like I love Unicorn. That's one of my favorites for sure. Phoenix is an awesome design, but but that's like the top level of being really extravagant with.
But you could say the same thing about Ariel. I think is even a really wild design.
Really, Ariel from
Witch
of Mercury. That's not a wild design. That's very close to 00.
Which was again pushing the envelope. Every new Gundam series that came out, the Hero Gundam was a little crazier. It was a little more amped up, a little more, tech heavy, or a little bit more like, I don't know, wild.
I think Ariel was pulled back. Barbatos from Iron Blood Orphans, that one was edgier and like pushed a lot more because it's more beast-like.
Right, but they made a concerted effort to make something so different. Yeah. There that it was like Barbatos is like no other Gundam ever, not even fucking close, right? Like Ariel to me like has a lot of design cues from Stardust Memory. Ariel has a lot of the GP01 Zephyranthes in the design, a lot. And that's one of my favorite fucking designs, and also one of the most utilitarian, believable hero designs ever from Stardust Memory. However, the changes and the updates that they've made to 2023ify it were in directions that I don't like. They were in directions that made it more fantastical and more modern feeling. And I think the more modern you get, the less real it feels to me.
You hate the neon glow up stuff that happens when like all the new type stuff is happening in the Gundam.
I don't hate it. I just like, to me, that's not like what made the 90s stuff so peak.
Yeah.
The stuff that made the 90s stuff so peak is that like they felt like they felt real, man.
Yeah, they felt like, okay, I agree with you there. I can see the difference of what you enjoy and what because I love this. Yeah,
heavy
right?
arms.
Just
heavy
arms is
huge
just
machine guns.
Yeah.
There's no lasers.
Yeah,
there's
Gatling guns are just all over his body.
There's no hyper generator mode where all of a sudden he turns pink and red.
Yeah.
And he goes into like
he just
has big fucking guns, dude.
Yeah. And he drops the guns and he just takes out shit.
That's 90s, baby. And that to me I think is like that's peak.
Yeah. So agreed. Agreed. I will still say. So okay. So if you're still with us after that crazy tangent we just had,
it's pertinent.
Yeah, it's very pertinent. I mean, you can obviously see why we both love this series.
And to be fair, everything I just said was trying to prove the point of why Gundam Wing is so great and why those designs are so great.
Yeah, and I'm not trying to disprove any of that. Right?
Yeah, for sure.
We just had a great. Just got into it.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's a great story. I mean, character-wise, sometimes you just think like, some like the girl. What's her name? I can't remember. But she's always simping over Hero.
Yeah.
She's just kind of annoying and could be left out a little bit more. But anyway, it's great. If you haven't seen it, go watch it, and then make sure you watch Endless Waltz the movie. Because that's where the best versions of these Gundams
are. It was
Relina, that's right. Thank you.
But yeah, Endless Waltz for sure is the way to go. Yeah. But you obviously have to watch the original series to understand Endless Waltz. But also, a great one for, again, like just like Escaflowne, for anybody out there who used to stay up super late and try and watch Toonami or try and catch some of the weird late night animes that came on. This was a classic one that would just pop on out of nowhere and you'd be like, oh, fuck, what the hell is this? And you'd watch it, you would have no idea what was going on because you just randomly fell into an episode, but you'd be like, why is this so much sicker than Pokemon? What's going on here?
And they're both shonens.
Exactly, dude. Right? Technically the same genre. Right? But yeah, so it's definitely a standout. 1995.
Yeah.
Fucking.
But yeah, it's one of those things that you could probably put on any episode and it doesn't matter what the storyline is going. If you're just going to want to watch cool robots fucking each other up, this is it.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
All right, what's next, buddy?
What's next?
Well, we got,
This is going to be a quick segue into one that I couldn't help but get on the list. And I actually took off Stardust Memory because we talked about that. We have a full episode on Stardust Memory.
Which is great, too.
Yeah. Oh, go watch that episode. It was a great episode of ours. But it was also 1991 when that came out. Mm-hmm. Like I was saying before, there's some of that overlap from the 80s. There's some aspects of Stardust Memory that it feels almost a little more 80s, a little more Char's Counterattack in some ways, even though the 90s vibes were coming in still. Mm-hmm. But this, the 8th MS team, really to me like encapsulates like the fucking 90s vibe. I mean
just like for viewers, just look at this fucking thing.
I know.
Like, right?
Some of the fucking keyframes in 8th MS team are just so goddamn good. This was 1996, so like I said, like the core of the 90s when everything was extreme and awesome and everything had a guitar solo ripping over it. And and also just such a cool like just diversion from what we were used to with Gundam and what everybody was used to, where you had this jungle Vietnam war movie vibe. It was like a guerrilla, to so much of it.
Guerrilla warfare kind of vibe.
Yeah, like it really did feel like Apocalypse Now kind of vibes, but like Gundam.
Yeah, less political.
Oh, well, no.
Well, it is a little bit less political.
A little
like,
bit less.
Like not like
But it's
as
Gundam.
heavy.
It's Gundam.
It's Gundam is always going to be politics. It's always going to be Earth Federation versus Xeon. It's like it's just it is. So accept it and let's move on.
Yeah, but there's a good romance in this one as well, and some really likable characters. One of the best opening sequences and theme songs in all of anime, in my opinion. I cannot fucking say enough good things about this show. I admittedly did not watch it in 1996 when I was 5 years old. I came into this much later in my Gundam renaissance, later in life, but it stands out to me, and I would put this top 3 Gundam anything ever for me, right up there with Stardust. They go hand in hand for me. Yeah, I just absolutely fucking love this. This is so quintessential 90s. Some of the best animation you'll ever see from the era.
Yeah, and also classic Gundam designs. Oh, right, just like
The goof.
the goof. I love the goof.
And
I
that
fucking
fight,
love the goof. Yeah.
that fight with the fucking Easy 8, dude.
Yeah.
Come on. That is one of the sickest fights, mech or not, that I've fucking ever seen, man. Yeah, dude, just fucking the best.
So go watch Endless Waltz and then watch this one.
Yeah, or
either
the other way around.
Doesn't matter.
They're not connected.
No.
Just so you don't get confused, guys. You got to learn your Gundam timelines if you haven't.
Which is an interesting way, but like it's actually not as hard as people might say it is.
No, it's it seems like a lot at first, but then you're like, oh, okay, I get it now.
There's the UC timeline, and then everything else is its own own anime.
Separate.
Yeah.
Yeah, totally. All right, enough Gundam. We've bored the fucking fans with a billion Gundams.
Yeah, I'm sure we were talking about like Gundam for half an hour.
I happen to like that.
Oh yes.
Give him hell, buddy.
Okay. Oh my god.
So this is straight up. This is one I did not watch.
Dude, so this is one of the animes that I told you about when I would go into HMV.
Yeah.
I would buy the VHS. I would buy it just because I saw Street Fighter, because Street Fighter 2, the animated movie, is one of my favorites.
Yes, which I have seen that.
You have
Yes,
seen.
yes.
Right? And then I would buy this, and I would be like, episode 6, 7, 8. I'm like, what the fuck is going on? Okay, then I would go back, and then eventually I bought all of them on VHS.
And he's talking about.
Street Fighter 2V.
Okay, all right.
Okay, so let me say that again. Street Fighter 2V, because there is Street Fighter 5 out there and whatnot. So this is essentially, this is technically shouldn't be on this list as far as like what the community would say would be top 10.
Oh, okay.
Right?
Yes.
This is my top 10.
Yes.
Right.
This is definitely the left field pick on our whole list.
Yeah, this is because I have Street Fighter just has such a chokehold on me. Like regardless, it doesn't matter. Like anything Street Fighter is like I don't play a lot as much these days, but like the characters, the lore, the all that stuff, I just still enthralled with it.
Yeah, you do gobble that shit up.
I do.
Yeah.
Fucking anything Chun-Li, Akuma, Ryu and Ken, like any of that side, like
Yeah.
fucking give it to me. Fucking take it. I'll take it.
Man.
But yeah, so this is like, you know how anytime you watch something that it says, Dragon Ball Evolution or Generation, or it's always like a prequel to something,
Yeah.
right? And it's usually a shitty version of the original, or like a shitty timeline,
Yeah.
right? Like, and it's never
fuck it up.
as it's never as good.
Yeah.
So this is kind of the same thing.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. So this is a prequel to Street Fighter 2.
Yeah, so this is young Ryu and young Ken, right? So
That's Ryu.
so this is Ryu. Yeah, so if you're a viewer, the guy you're seeing at the very front is Ryu. He doesn't have his headband. He doesn't have anything.
No, he
like he's
doesn't
just
look
in
like
a t-shirt
himself at all.
right? Like that's young Ryu, and then that's Ken. You can see Ken.
Yep.
Right.
Who's to their right?
So this is a random girl that they meet.
Okay.
Right. And
Weird.
so in this one, they haven't learned how to do the Hadouken.
Oh.
Right, or any of that stuff. Like Ken can't do the Hadouken. He has this completely different move that he does. It's a Shoryuken Hadouken thing that he does.
Okay.
Right, but it's just For me, okay, you guys can just hear it in my voice, really, in the way that I talk about it. It's just that I just gobbled this shit up so much. So as a kid, I couldn't get enough of it.
Yeah, you just love it.
I just loved it. It was just such a big part of my formative youth.
Yeah.
That like, if I just feel like if you are a big Street Fighter fan or just enjoy Street Fighter in general or like any kind of fighting stuff like that, just watching this is just really fun.
Okay.
It's just really fun.
Yeah.
No, it's bad, but it's really fun.
Yeah.
It's
well,
like
it's familiar faces, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's characters you know and love, and like oftentimes that's enough. You know what I mean? And like, especially if you're just in that mode where you just want to absorb everything you can.
Yeah.
You know, outside of the video games for Street Fighter, there's only so much.
Yeah.
You know, so to be able to add a show like this to that list of things outside of the live action movie, which is a masterpiece, of course.
Oh my God. That doesn't exist. Just by the way, there's two things that are Street Fighter that doesn't exist to me. That's the live action movie.
I love the live action movie.
The live
dude.
action movie doesn't
It's
exist
so
to
good.
me. It's you're fucking full of it. It doesn't exist.
I'm going to kick that asshole bison's ass so hard.
Hey, fuck you, Jean-Claude.
Oh my God,
You
dude.
should-
Incredible.
Dude, that like okay, I'm gonna go on a fuck like they made E Honda fucking Hawaiian.
And he's a cameraman.
And he's a camera. What? Like
Yeah.
that doesn't make any sense.
None at all.
None at all. Also, Kylie Minogue is fucking Cammy.
I know.
Right? Like
Very
she's,
strange.
She's not a fucking Street Fighter.
I
She
know.
can't fight anybody.
She was hot though.
She's cute. Yeah, I'll give you that.
That especially
But,
that in that
yeah.
era, man.
Right? But like and they just fucked it up so bad. And then they made a video game like Mortal Kombat
Of those characters.
Of those characters.
Yeah. What a nightmare.
Oh my
dude.
God, fucking nightmare. So
Yeah.
those two things, the video game of the movie and the movie don't exist.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
So
I love the movie.
you're fucked. You're just
I think
straight
it's-
fucked.
It's a bad adaptation, but it's a really funny, hilarious, shit yourself laughing because it's so bad.
Yeah.
Watch.
If we ever watch that together, I would have to be fucking blackout drunk so that I don't
Okay.
watch it.
That's fair. We can arrange for that.
Yeah.
We can shadow realm.
Go I'm always shadow realming, man. I go there not or go there sober.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, okay, just to end this off, look, it's a really fun watch. Again, it's one of those generation or evolution kind of series,
Yeah.
right?
That's
but,
okay.
But again, it just has a place in my heart for it. Like I have a place in my heart for it, right?
It
Like
looks super 90s too.
it does look super nice. Like Guile's still fucking jacked.
Of course he is.
Yeah.
I feel like
And
he was
like-
born jacked.
Yeah. And I don't know what it is, but Ryu, when he's trying to learn how to do the Hadouken for the first time, he does this weird hand motion. It's so stupid. Where he's like, he brings his one right arm down and then makes big circles. And then he kind of then starts trying to like, as if he's trying to pull in all the energy into a little ball. Instead of just like bringing it to his side and just shooting it.
Yeah. Like he does in every video game.
Yeah, right.
Street Fighter 2V.
Street Fighter TV.
Check it out if you
Check it out
haven't.
if you want something either to giggle at or if you really like Street Fighter stuff and still want something to giggle at.
There you go.
See, this is also one that I might either rewatch. I'm afraid to rewatch in a weird way because
Yeah, ruin it for yourself.
because the nostalgia is so hard there for me.
Totally. I
Right?
get that.
Yeah.
Yeah. What about this one?
Oh, this one. Okay, so I had to really struggle with this one, putting this on my list.
Really?
Yeah,
I think it's deserving.
it's just okay. The anime is deserving. So, guys, we're talking about Rurouni Kenshin.
Yes.
And this is the thing where it's like in my mind this is where I have to, some people are going to berate me online, I'm sure, but it's the separating the art from the artist. Right? So cuz right now Rurouni Kenshin is going to be rebooted,
Yes.
right? And having to support that mangaka after the accusations and all the other crazy shit that's gone down with him. And if you guys know, like it's disgusting. It's really fucking gross. And especially having been in that field where I work with kids, like, right? Like it's really hard for me to, but at the same time, growing up as a kid, in the 90s, this was fucking awesome.
Yeah. I'm glad you made the disclaimer.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And threw that out there. Not that I feel like we really need to express our stance on things, but definitely like we recognize that there needs to be a certain level of this done here. And if people want to check out and not, look at this one, we get it.
We get it.
Totally.
We get it.
We totally get it. However,
but
the impact and the influence that I think this had, through the 90s and continues to have now, obviously the amount of people that have worked on this and helped bring this to life that aren't this, monster. It's many people.
Many people. And
that
that's
deserve
the thing.
the accolades and the praise for helping bring this to life. So.
Right? Like even the voice actors and stuff like that too,
Absolutely.
right? Like they bring the characters to life. So that's why I was like, okay, you know what? It still deserves to be on this because also it was a big influence. Because
totally.
If y'all know me, samurais will always have a chokehold on me no matter what, right? Like it is, again, same with Street Fighter. Anything Street Fighter that comes out, chokehold. Samurais, I fucking love samurais for some reason. I don't know why. I just love them. And if it's anything that has to do with samurais, I'll eat it up.
Absolutely.
And so Rurouni Kenshin was the quintessential samurai in the 90s.
Oh, yeah.
Right? Like there was nobody cooler than him.
Absolutely.
Like the badass fucking samurai who's trying to get a redemption, right? Having the reverse blade. The first time you ever heard of
so cool
a katana even being any different.
Yep. 100%.
Right.
For me, like in the 90s, like every samurai that wasn't, Rurouni Kenshin, or like, Ninja Scroll.
Yeah.
It all just felt like they were trying to rip off this.
Yeah.
Or Ninja Scroll.
Yeah. Or Jubei.
Those. Jubei, exactly. It was just a take on these two archetypes that have been created,
Yeah. It's so true. Cause like, it's weird too. So if you guys have seen or heard any of our older episodes, like I talk about Lone Wolf and Cub a lot. And to me, that is the quintessential samurai manga that everybody should read at one point because that's like the godfather of samurai manga to me, right? But like, I don't. If you've seen this, you've seen this. If you haven't, you've definitely heard of it in the anime community. I'd be very surprised if you haven't. But they even made live action adaptations, which I think are the only live action adaptations that I think actually worked. Mm-hmm. Right, so there's especially Rurouni Kenshin: The Beginning. That's I think the best one because it's a period piece, and they kind of took out the titchiness of it, like kitschiness of some of it, and made it a bit more serious. That made it feel more real. Yep. Right. So like I mean the later ones, you get the characters that have a bit more kind of superpowers, but yeah. And then there's the love story, and then it's just classic fucking cool samurai shit. Just go fucking watch it. Don't watch it. I mean, watch this. I don't know what to say, man.
I would say go pirate it.
Yeah.
Go watch it on
but legally pirate it
on some skeezy website somewhere, and just make sure that no money ends up in the hands of the mangaka. However, you can do that.
Yeah, I mean he's gonna get rich off of the reboot regardless. People do love this stuff, right? Rurouni is still really popular. Yeah, but it's super cool.
Classic. Good fucking pick, dude.
Yeah.
All right, what's up next?
Oh, yeah, of course.
Oh, couldn't help myself.
No, I mean, this is both our picks, obviously, but you put it on your list. But why do you have the rebuild on this?
What do you mean?
So he's not in the 90 version.
Well, it's just the fucking picture that I fucking put up.
Oh, okay. I was just trying to keep it canon.
Okay, well, whatever. We're talking about Evangelion.
Yes. He used the rebuild picture, and I was giving him shit for it.
Whatever, man. Should I change the picture? Will that make you happy?
Yes. No. I'm just fucking with you. But yes,
So,
Eva.
Yeah, Neon Genesis Evangelion. God, what to fucking say?
I don't even know. I don't think you need to say anything about this one. Like, it's so prominent even now. Like, how many times do you see a fucking Shinji meme? Like, all the time.
Constantly.
I constantly see it.
Constantly. Also, just for the record, he's absolutely in the original series.
At what point?
Episode 24, right at the end.
I guess, yeah, you're right.
I was going to say, like, don't try and fucking gaslight me right now into thinking that he's not in the fucking original series.
Oh, no, you're right. I'm just remembering wrong. I forgot.
Yeah.
My bad. Because the most recent ones I've seen is the rebuilds. But anyway, that being said.
Damn. Anyways, yeah. This is just one of those series that is just so much bigger than an anime series.
Mm-hmm.
Not just for like, longevity, obviously, and like the influence and power that it's had over the entire Japanese country, because holy shit, can this series break records.
Yeah.
But it's just so far reaching in its influence into Western media in so many ways. I mean, Guillermo del Toro has talked about it constantly being like the biggest influence on Pacific Rim. And that's just one example. There's even some fucking crazy weird old Robin Williams movie where this little kid is in a toy store and like a Walmart, and Robin Williams was working at the Walmart as like a worker, and walks up to the kid and he's just like, Neon Genesis Evangelion. That's a cool one. As the kid's looking at a toy of EVA Unit 1.
Actually, I think I remember hearing about that.
And it was just a really weird inclusion in a super random fucking movie.
Yeah, especially like a Western movie. Like that director and writer knew.
Exactly.
Right? Like you have to know this in order to just to be like, hey, this is the specific toy with the specific name and a specific anime. Right?
Yep.
Just to like randomly,
Yeah. Yeah, no, and it's that's what I mean. Like it's one of those things that it's both infamous and also famous at the same time, because like, a lot of people don't know about it. I went through a lot of my life recognizing these characters, but not really knowing the show.
Yeah.
Not having watched the show. Definitely not having understood the show the first few times I did watch it.
Well, I mean, that's the other thing, right? Because at our age, when this came out and when I was watching this as a kid, you don't really understand mental health and how fucking traumatic it is for these kids, right?
Totally.
You're thinking cool, extreme, because it's the 90s, badass fucking like bio mechs.
And
right?
it is that.
And it is that, which it is exactly that. But I mean, it goes so much deeper into like trauma, like childhood trauma, attachment disorders.
Totally.
Fucking like what it would actually be like. Like, so for example, we were like Gundam Wing, right? They're all teenagers. They're all like super soldiers, essentially, right? And then they know what to do. They get in and they're badass.
Totally.
But what would happen kind of in real life to a kid who actually is thrust into that?
Who has no desire to do it.
No desire to do it. And what would actually happen? Like, you're forcing this kid to kill people, essentially, or like, get into these dangerous situations.
And you're telling him if he doesn't do it, then everybody he knows and loves is going to die.
And not to mention, you have this crazy captain who's like, that he lives with.
Yeah.
That fucking
manipulating him.
Yeah, grooming him, essentially.
Yeah.
Right,
Totally.
like it's so many heavy topics that
But that's what
you
I mean,
don't
like,
understand until you've done a rewatch.
It's this extreme badass show, but like you said, it delves into these issues with mental health. It delves into these deep relationship issues. It delves into religious iconography and symbolism in really crazy ways. And then, on top of being just one of the most complex and deep and well-supportive animes maybe ever, it also acts as kind of a living diary of Hideaki Anno's mental break that he went through towards the end of writing the series, which is why they had to reattempt concluding the series not once, but twice. With the end of Evangelion being a redo of the ending, and then finally the rebuilds that came out recently, where he's, finally attempted to finish it with, a more clear, mentally stable kind of head. But holy crap, like this original 90s series, you are watching somebody have a mental break episode by episode by episode.
Pretty much.
And you watch them just break themselves down.
Yeah, and do the most like fucked up things sometimes. Right? Like
and it's just wild. It's very unique. Like and maybe we know too much about Anno's like struggles during that time and whatnot. I'm sure a lot of it is stuff he's publicized himself, but I have a hard time thinking about other movies or shows where you're like, oh, you were witnessing somebody's mental state in flux as you watched that show. Yeah. That's fucking crazy. Yeah. That's unheard of. And it's a marvel to behold.
Oh yeah.
I think people should definitely, if you are stupid or something.
You're just straight up calling our listeners stupid.
If you haven't watched Evangelion, I think you are. At this stage in the game. Yeah. Unless you're new, in which case, welcome.
Welcome.
We love you. But if you're not new, if you're like been watching anime a long time and you still haven't seen this, and there's not a real specific reason why, you just haven't got to it yet, you're stupid.
Yeah. But you know what isn't stupid is subscribing and liking.
Oh, wow. At this point,
because I forgot.
Yeah. If you're still here.
Yeah, like and subscribe. Leave a review. Give us a great rating wherever you're getting your podcast.
Fuck yeah. I like that.
We love you. That's not a stupid thing to do.
No, you're
Tell
right
a friend.
about that.
That's really how it helps us out. But anyway, yes.
All right, moving on from Eva.
Oh, yeah, here's a good one. So this, Trigun. The OG.
Yes. Not the new one, not Stampede.
Not Stampede. Stampede is great, actually. I did watch it. I think they did a good job. The only thing is I was really reluctant going into Stampede because of the nostalgia and how much I loved this one. But if I go in watching Stampede thinking it's a reimagination of Trigun, then it's much better.
Sure.
Right? But yeah. I mean, what can I say about Trigun? It's just great fun.
Absolutely.
Right? Like really cool story that I've, at the time was really original. And the nice thing about the original one, as opposed to Stampede, is that Stampede kind of gave you everything right at the front of it. It front loaded the story.
Sure.
Where in Trigun, the original, you really only got little like breadcrumbs along the way until you got much later.
Yeah.
Right.
It rewarded you more for hanging in.
Yes.
Totally.
Yes.
Totally. Yeah.
Yes. And also, I mean, Vash is a fucking cool character. And
so likable.
Yeah. And so goofy.
Yeah.
And then there's moments where you just feel for him because like he's so goofy all the time. And he's like that kind of guy where, he puts on the smile, but underneath it all, he's just a hurt little soul. Right. And you're like, oh man. And he's got his body's all fucking torn up and shit. And like, but he's just
such a 90s design.
Yeah, such a 90s design, especially when his hair is down and he's just go watch this one. Watch this one. Just go watch it. If you haven't seen it, go watch it.
Yeah.
This is another cool one too. Like actually my buddy Baker, we've named his name on here before.
Yeah.
For him, this was one of the animes where he kind of only saw like episode 6 and 7, 3, and then had to go back and figure out what that was, right?
Yep. I put this in that same mix, dude. Yeah. From like when I was young, it was Escaflowne, Macross.
Oh, Macross.
Big time.
That's an honorable mention there, just Macross.
Totally.
Honorable mention.
Although I think that might have also been in the 80s.
That was definitely more 80s.
But yeah, Trigun was on that list. God, a lot of Gundam Wing with some random spatterings as a child. And yeah, man, I went through a lot of my life not having access to watch these things back again. And so for a lot of my life, man, I would have weird dreams or like I would have weird flashbacks and like visuals would pop into my head from these shows. And I'm like, fuck, like, did I watch that show? Like, did I make that up?
No, you just got hit by a bus and got isekai.
Yeah, exactly. But of course, this was one of the ones that like as soon as anime kind of became more at my fingertips when I got older, this was one that I absolutely jumped to. and was not let down. I haven't checked out Stampede yet outside of just like, you know, trailers, and I've seen some videos, and don't get me wrong, I'm loving the way that that's looking.
For a 3D anime, they finally got it right.
Yeah, that's what I've heard. Yeah,
They finally got it
that's
right.
what I've seen. I mean, you can get a vibe just from the trailer of what the style is going to be, and I'm definitely into it. But for me, obviously nothing will touch the 90s version
See,
ever.
I feel like some of the 90s anime, the reason why it's so special to us, right, is the struggle. Right?
Yeah.
Like, I feel like some of you fucking kids that are watching us, and if you're like an actual kid, you shouldn't be watching us or listening to us.
Yeah.
But right? Like, so, like, if.
Well, it's like I said earlier, man, with Dragon Ball GT, you're like, oh, like that was kind of a dark point for Dragon Ball. It's like, yeah, it kind of sucked, but like, you know how hard it was to get your hands on a Dragon Ball GT episode?
Yeah.
It didn't matter that it sucked.
Yeah, it's true.
The struggle made it great.
But that's the thing, right? I think a lot of that is that we have an appreciation for it because we struggle to get access to it.
Yeah.
Right? Where now it's like everybody can get it when they want, wherever they want, no problem.
Thing is, I think it's still special.
I
Even
think-
with everything at your fingertips. Like I hope that maybe some of our younger listeners, not too young though,
Yeah.
could maybe like confirm or deny that for me, that, you know, maybe if you're like in your young 20s or something like that, and you're like younger than us, you know, does the older stuff actually hold up, or we just got nostalgia goggles on?
Yeah.
I don't know.
That's it. It's so hard to tell sometimes.
Yeah. But what do we got next?
What do we got next? Ooh.
All right, I think this is actually our last of like the main lists.
Okay.
Before we get to our last little honorable mentions, which we'll be pretty quick about, but Cowboy Bebop.
Cowboy Bebop. We were talking about that earlier.
Absolutely.
So you guys know how we feel already.
Yeah. I mean, I don't get me wrong, I'm a huge fan of this series, but
I mean, one of your waifus is in
Guardians of the Galaxy. Who? You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
in so many ways, dude, this is to me, the ultimate ragtag team in space.
Yes.
Like, everything, like, there's so many takes on that vibe, you know, space pirates, space robbers, you know, space heist, all these different types of things.
Yeah.
And for me, like, Cowboy Bebop is just always the penultimate of that genre, man.
I will say though, Guardians of the Galaxy has been out way longer than for in comic form anyway.
No doubt. But I'm just saying, like,
as far as like this kind of style, like this kind of team in space,
it's the best, dude.
I mean, the fucking corgi.
It's the best. It's the best, man.
Yeah.
I fucking love Ein, but like, it's like, I never really got into like the older comics of the Guardians of the Galaxy, and I don't know necessarily if those older comics really embody the vibe of like the James Gunn movie.
Oh God, no. Not even.
Yeah, so
even
like
close.
I guess when I say like Guardians of the Galaxy Who, I'm more speaking of like the James Gunn adaptation take on Guardians of the Galaxy, where you've got like that, like I said, that ragtag team where everybody's kind of got some attitude, or, you know, everybody thinks they're the fucking main character of the story.
Yeah.
You know, and everybody's fighting for that.
Yeah, that spotlight.
Right? Like, I love that. You know what I mean? Like,
But the thing that Guardians of the Galaxy is missing that this gives you is that kind of like cool noir style detective story, right? And vibe to it.
which is carried throughout this whole series. You learn about Spike's history and his whole story, and like, so it's not just the escapades.
Yeah.
It's deeper than that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
Absolutely.
Yeah. There's just that extra layer that I really like with this.
Sure.
Right. And also, again, like you got a hot waifu in this.
Faye Valentine, baby. I know, she's something special.
Yeah.
And you know, Spike is just like the epitome of cool. I mean, he's so 90s. It's not even funny.
Oh, so this is the other thing about Spike that I absolutely love, is that he was modeled technically after Bruce Lee.
Right.
Right.
Yeah,
like
absolutely.
his moves, and he's like a kung fu kind of fighter. Like he's got all that
Very
kind of
fluid motion
style.
Yeah.
Right. And hearing that, I was like, fuck yeah, this is
makes sense.
awesome. Just makes it even that much cooler.
Totally.
Right.
And then, like, again, I can't speak too much to this because I don't actually know much about the genre, but something about like all of the music and like the jazz and and all that, like, obviously like that genre transcends like, you know, decades and whatnot, but like setting anime to like that type of music just does feel so 90s to me. It feels so quintessential. Like maybe it's not the fact that it's jazz, but maybe it's the fact that it's mismatched music that like feels like it wouldn't normally be used, but they were doing something different and kind of crazy.
See, so I think that's where I feel like when the music gives it a little bit more of that noir detective feel because they use jazz.
Yeah.
Right? It's kind of like Gundam Thunderbolt.
Sure.
Right? How they use some crazy music in that one too, right?
Yeah.
But I feel like jazz, because I like a lot of jazz, it's really meant to kind of take a modern look at whatever anime or scene and pull it back to almost make you feel like it's the 70s. Right?
Sure.
But like it's that dichotomy that is supposed to be a little bit jarring, but and makes it really cool.
Absolutely.
Right? Like
they nail that vibe in Cowboy Bebop.
Total vibe.
Just watch the intro.
Yeah.
Just watch the opening sequence, like the opening title sequence, and it's like it's exactly so 70s James Bond kind of vibe, right? But I think it's just like it's that collision, that juxtaposition of like crazy sci-fi action with like, you know, lounge jazz. Yeah. You know? I think it's that mismatch that feels so 90s to me. Yeah. You know, it's like they're just like jamming it together in your face in an extreme way. Yeah. So 90s, man.
Yeah, very
it's
true.
so fucking 90s. So in all ways, Cowboy Bebop I think is quintessential 90s and quintessential viewing for anime. And another one that, like, I'm sorry guys, I'm gonna call you stupid if you haven't watched it yet.
This is true too, especially with like how big and you know how timeless this anime has become. Granted, I know a lot of people don't like it.
Really?
Yeah, just because of the way that it was, I guess, because people are so used to some of the newer stuff, it's hard for them to go back to the older stuff because the pacing is a little bit slower in this.
I was literally about to say, if anybody out there has watched this all the way through and doesn't like it, please let me know because I don't believe you exist. I don't. I'm probably going to think you're lying if you're like, I watched it and I didn't like it. I'm going to call you a liar probably, but anyways.
Anyway. But yeah, like I have, like right now I have Lucy from Cyberpunk in Faye Valentine's outfit on my screensaver.
Fucking dope. You love your crossovers.
I do love my crossovers. Holy fuck, I love a good crossover.
Do you love your honorable mention, Mikey?
Honorable mention, Golden Boy.
Mikey pulled out such a sick honorable mention.
Yeah,
with this
Golden
one,
Boy.
guys.
You
Oh
gotta
my
give
God.
honorable mentions to Golden Boy. It's a short, sweet little anime. If you haven't gone and watched this short, sweet little horny little man, and not to mention, it's like a 6-episode fucking anime. Go watch it.
Go watch it and then watch our episode on it.
Yeah, watch our episode on it.
We did a great episode on it, and this became like easily one of Anime Shmanime's favorite animes ever.
Thank you, Baker.
Ever. Of all time.
Yeah.
It's so good.
Yeah, it's just such good fun. It's so fucking horny, but in like a really funny way, and at the same time, so fucking wholesome.
It's very endearing.
Like,
absolutely. Yeah.
I don't know how else to describe it, and I know what I just said is really fucking weird.
Horny and wholesome, baby.
Horny, wholesome, yeah.
That's Mikey.
But it is, yeah. Actually,
that sums him up.
Sums him up. Sums me up.
But no, fucking.
I think this is also the first time Jordy got his first waifu.
Sort of, yeah. He was reluctant, but he definitely
yes.
had one in this.
We
sure.
peer pressured him. For sure.
Yeah, but also one worth watching at least a few episodes in dub.
Yes.
I highly recommend it.
Yes.
It's actually such a short one that if you like it a lot, watch it in both languages all the way through because they both have really excellent high points. But yeah, I was so glad you picked this as your honorable mention. This should always get an honorable mention in every one of our lists.
Such good 90s design.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
But regardless of what list we're doing, I feel like Golden Boy is an honorable mention on any list, no matter what.
Yeah, so if you've watched like Oh My Goddess, like that anime Oh My Goddess, it's very similar design for like the women in there and with this one, but like a little bit more, you know, rambunctious and horny with these ones.
Totally. Totally. But yeah.
I mean, that one was still kind of like a little bit, but anyway.
He's super likable. You know, the girls are likable to varying degrees. But, you know, the interactions are always A+.
Yes.
A+. Every episode is exciting. Yeah. It's just so good.
I love a good toilet scene.
Don't make me do my impression of him because I will. All right, and my honorable mention, the legend Yu Yu Hakusho.
Yes.
I went with this one. I actually recently started watching this myself because this is one where I told myself, hey, Jay, you're stupid. See, I don't just call you guys stupid. I call myself stupid sometimes as well.
This is some quintessential fucking 90s anime that needs to be watched
It
too.
is legendary, and so fucking important. And anybody out there who is a Hunter x Hunter fan, this is the OG, okay? This is where it started. And yeah, same guy wrote both. Okay, so you can't even argue me on that one.
Yeah. Same guy wrote both, so you can't.
So
argue.
Killua and Gon were basically already in existence here in different forms. Suck it.
This is the precursor.
And you know, I think, you know, even though there's a Hunter x Hunter adaptation that did happen in the 90s, most people are probably more familiar with the 2011 version of that show. But either way, Yu Yu Hakusho, you know, to me is another one of those ones where my brain thinks 90s anime, you know, Rurouni Kenshin, Berserk, you know, all these ones come to mind. Yu Yu Hakusho absolutely makes that fucking cut for me. I'm loving watching it right now, absolutely falling in love with the characters. It's got like certain Clamp vibes to it in really fun ways.
Dude, Clamp had a fucking chokehold on me for like ever in the 90s.
And
I don't know why I keep saying chokehold, man, but it's just
that's your word for the day.
That's my word for the day.
You know, it's got that, but then also other times, like it's got that Rurouni kind of vibe, and then other times it's got like a Toriyama kind of funness to it.
Yeah.
And I don't know, man, like it's even got like some One Piece Oda kind of vibes going on.
I mean, yes,
it's really cool, man.
We did say One Piece earlier too,
Yes.
right? Of like,
I mentioned them off the top.
Yeah. So, but yeah, Yu Yu Hakusho is one of the, again, it's kind of like a bit of a grandfather. I don't want to say the grandfather because there were some things that influenced this, obviously.
Sure.
But as far as like some of the more current stuff, they pull more so from this.
Absolutely,
right?
yeah. And just a real quick mention. So Yoshihiro Togashi, the guy who wrote this and Hunter x Hunter. Which just saying that alone,
yeah,
that
it's
you
already
wrote both of those is fucking absolutely monumental.
I'm also glad that Jordy is not here while we're talking about Hunter x Hunter.
He wouldn't give a shit. Yeah.
Yeah.
Togashi is married to Naoko Takuchi, the author of Sailor Moon.
Oh, that's right.
What a power couple,
That's
dude.
right. Yes.
Holy fucking shit.
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah.
Imagine some of the memorabilia and shit they probably have in their house, man.
You know,
oh my god.
But
dude.
see, that can either go two ways though. Power couples like that, they can either like work really well together, right? Because like I mean, like your mom's house, the podcast that you guys love,
Yeah.
right? They work really well together. Or they do not work well at all.
Yeah,
right.
for
So,
sure.
I would be really interesting to see if they ever like decide to make a manga together. Have they?
No. They've been
right.
married since 1999 though. So like,
Wow, so a long
they
time.
got 2 kids together.
Yeah.
Just saying.
Just saying. But yeah.
But either way, you know, well deserving of the list, and yeah, Yoshihiro Togashi is like, fucking one of the coolest guys to ever exist, I think.
Yeah, for real. And I mean, for anybody else too, that's a millennial and like into the old 90s stuff, like Bubblegum Crisis was another good one.
Yep.
If you liked it, I didn't really like it. Case Closed was another good one. Or Closed, I can't remember what it's called.
You know what's
Lupin?
Lupin, yeah, well, classic, yeah.
Classic.
Yeah. I was going to say, you know what a closed case would be?
What's that?
This episode?
Oh, yes.
It's a long one, dude.
This is a long one.
I can't believe how long you and I can shoot the shit.
Well, I mean, we always say that. We always say that after it's an episode, it's just you and I, right? Because we end up getting on tangents and like things that we really like. Like, I mean, fucking Gundam. We were on Gundam.
I actively had to hold back.
Yeah, this is the problem with us.
I know. Either way, I just hope it's enjoyable for the Shweebs. I hope you guys
enjoyed it.
Can tolerate us rambling to each other about which Gundam is cooler.
Yeah, or which anime, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, is more 90s.
But yeah, if you guys agree or disagree or any other anime comes to mind,
Tell us.
Let us know in the comments if you're watching on YouTube.
There will have to probably be another list that we'll do.
Yes.
Of more 90s anime, because there's definitely some we left out. There's some that I'm just, like I said, just watching now that might make the main list.
Yeah.
One Piece. And then we want to hear your guys' opinions. If you guys feel strongly enough about it, maybe we'll do an episode and include one of your picks.
Yes. There you go.
Maybe.
Maybe.
Or maybe I'll just call you stupid again. Just kidding. I love you. Please don't unsubscribe. I need this. Anyways.
Okay.
That was fun.
Yeah, that was fun. Maybe we'll do a 2000s. Like, we'll probably do some decades.
Totally.
Because every decade has a good fucking list,
Definitely.
right? There's always something good. And especially like the movies, the feature films, the feature animes from
Totally.
the 90s. Holy shit, some of those were fucking crazy.
Yep.
All right, buddy. Where can people find you?
You can find me at Shmanime Pod. That's all I'm gonna say.
Yeah.
I'm not actually there. Mikey is, but I'm kind of there too.
Yeah, TikTok, mostly TikTok, and you can find us on Instagram, but the Discord too.
Hell yeah.
You guys can find me at Jay Beckett.
No, you can't actually. You can't.
You can't.
No.
All right. Anyway, there you go. You can't find him at all. Fuck that guy.
Mikey's at Shmanime Pod. Follow
Jay is
him.
fucking nowhere.
I'm kind of there.
You're kind of there. Also, if you can, donate to Never Not Kittens. It's a kitten rescue that my wife and I run.
Yep.
But
and
yeah,
they sponsor every single episode of Anime Shmanime like bouses.
and bosses.
Bouses.
But love you guys. Thanks for joining.
Yeah, we'll see you next time.
See you next week. Bye.